see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream. And she...
Happy Homebrew Wednesday. And today, I actually do have a homebrew. This is it's pretty clear, look at that. Wow, can you see that? Look at that, baby. That is the Quake. I don't know what to call it, Quake Ale. I think I said this before. It's the the recipe. I think I already put out the recipe. It's base Pilsner with some Carabinic and Caramel 10, I believe, and hops were just some Magnum to bitter up front, and not very much at all, just to get about 29 or 39 IBU or 29 IBU, something like that. And then I used the Quake blend yeast. So cheers. Can't smell anything right now because the head's blocking. There's not a whole lot of aroma to this thing now. I'll talk about that. I kind of wish that I would have just went base Pilsner and nothing else, because I think the Carabinic kind of interferes with the kind of qualities of the Quake. I mean, I get the Quake, it's still got a bunch of esters. Like I said before, it's kind of like an English mild or an English bitter, probably closer to an English bitter if I had to, call this anything. It actually kind of tastes like a sweet pale ale, but it's missing all the hop character. I get some really ripe fruit smells from it, but not any citrus or something I would normally, kind of qualities I normally get when I put hops in my beer. So anyway, I'll show some video in a minute. I don't know if I talked about it on my last Homebrew Wednesday, but I smeared the yeast out on parchment paper. I kept it down here in the basement, and I put a couple of dehydrators in here to lower the humidity. Got it to about 30%. Did that for about a week. And then I ended up with nice dry flakes on the parchment paper. I mean, I really wasn't careful at all. I didn't sanitize the parchment paper. I did wash and sanitize the Tupperware containers that I used to put it in there. But as far as the parchment paper, I just pulled it right out of the roll and put it in there. And I wasn't careful because from the reading, that's the Norwegians aren't careful when they do their farmhouse ales and they keep their yeast. They hang it in a freaking wooden ring, for God's sake. To dry out in their farmhouse. So anyway, I wasn't very careful on purpose, and I ended up with about 20 baggies worth of dried Quake flakes, and it's probably more flakes than what I got in that little baggie that Josh handed me at NHC. Which made this beer. So, and it's probably going to be stronger because I guess as it propagates, they actually get more of the Quake qualities. So anyway, I got 20 baggies. I'll be farming some of those out in beer mail. So, we exchange beers, or if I send you a beer mail, you're going to get some dried Quake yeast. So it's just kind of cool. I can send yeast for the first time, it's kind of neat. I guess I could send dry yeast, but I've never done that before. So anyway, so that's that. Updates. So this was for Nate. Nate loves the Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest they release every year. The company collaborates with a local German brewery. I want to say 2 years ago is the first year they did it. Maybe it was 3 years ago that this particular collaboration came out, at least that I can remember. And it was a really light colored Oktoberfest, and it was awesome. Last year's was, it was good, but it wasn't as good as the first year, if that was the second one. This year, it's a little bit more like normal Oktoberfest or Marzens you're used to seeing in the United States. They're very kind of dark. They partner with Bitburger, which, you know, pretty good brewery. Not my favorite, but you know, it's a good beer. It's good drink. It's not as good as last year, and it's certainly not as good as the first year that I tried it. So sorry to ruin that for you, Nate, if you haven't tried it yet. But I mean, it's good. It's just not, you know. Hopefully they're not they need to go back to that first brewery they use. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway. So updates, SJ Pour Challenge beer. I just checked the gravity, so it's fermented where it's supposed to ferment for this beer. So it's moved on to the next stage. So all is looking a-okay with the SJ Pour. The timeline that I'm really following a very hard timeline. I actually sketched it out while I was out at the SJ Pour Challenge. You know, all the dates I need to do, and I hit my brew date. I hit this date that I just did today, and then I got a couple more dates. So so everything's going good there. I did brew a wee heavy this past Saturday. I'll show some brew footage here. Hey, happy Homebrew Wednesday. All right, so today is a wee heavy brew day. And you can tell it's a wee heavy because it's wee almost up to the top of my boil kettle. I just finished the mash. Smells really good. I'm digging the color. I think this is going to be put a little bit of smoke malt. Let's see, my base malt is Maris Otter. Got about 17 pounds of Maris Otter. I did some, maybe 4 ounces, 6.4 ounces of American roasted barley. I've got a pound of Crystal 120. I've got, I think, a pound of aromatic malt, about 4 ounces of cherrywood smoked malt. And I think that's, and I got some, yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. There's probably a couple more things in there. Anyway, hops is just, you know, East Kent Goldings for bittering, and then a little bit of Fuggles at the end. And the yeast is 2 pure pitches of Edinburgh Scottish Ale. The color's going to be nice. I'm going to try to make this a super clear beer. So I'm going to go back to like old school using a glass carboy, and I'm not going to use a fast ferment. So, yeah, this is going to be Heather's beer. My wife likes anything over 10%. It's really a bonus if you put bourbon in it. I don't think this is going to, I don't think you put bourbon in a wee heavy, but it'll be over 10%, so I know she'll like it. She likes that sweetness that the higher alcohol beers give you. Anyway, so it's Sunday. All the ladies are gone. My son and I went and had some crabs yesterday, and you know, he just woke up. It's like just afternoon, and he just woke up. So I'm gonna throw him on a few chores and get the rest of this brew day knocked out. Cheers. Haven't had my mash tun this full in a while. Okay, first runnings of the Scotch Ale. My runoff gravity was 1090. It seems kind of low. I don't know. It's been a while since I've made one of these big gravity beers. I think that might be right. And then just the gravity trails off when you sparge really slow, so you end up with a lot of gravity points in there. And then when you boil, you're... This is going to be a beautiful beer. It's going to be really dark burgundy, I think. Oh well. Points for style, I guess. Okay, so finished. Just about done. Putting it into the fermenter. Missed the gravity by quite a bit. It was supposed to be 1.108. I hit 1097. So my efficiency looks to be, total efficiency is like 80 now. It used to be 82. My mash efficiency is like 78. So I'm going to have to, I still think I'm convinced it's the crusher, because I used to never have this problem before, and the only thing I can think of is the crusher started acting up. So ordered a new crusher, so we'll see what happens. But this still will get me a 9-10% beer, I think. Cheers. So the wee heavy, I'm a little worried. I mean, I got a comment from Kevin saying, "Oh, slow fermentation," because I used the Edinburgh Scottish Ale yeast, and he's exactly right. Seems like it's going very slow, but because I brewed it Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, and it's already stopped bubbling. I mean, it's very, it's bloop, bloop on the blow off tube. So I took the. I pulled the blanket off because I keep them covered when they're in the glass carboys. And it looked like the krausen had dropped out and there's not much activity going on the top. It's still bubbling, but I think that that's just a slow fermenting yeast, and particularly since Kevin, or especially since Kevin, made that comment, because I think it's been a while since I brewed a Scottish ale. So I'm gonna let that thing go just for another week before I even check the gravity, because I don't want to start kind of freaking out. I normally do that. Oh, is gravity not where it's supposed to be? And then, you give it some time and you're like, okay, I'm just, being a pain in the ass for nothing. So anyway, so the wee heavy, I'm trying to get it to 10%. Just looking at the activity, it's probably going to be 8 to 9%, and I'm okay with that too. But Heather, who I brewed this for because she likes everything over 10%, and she loves Scottish ales and barley wines and anything bourbon barrel, asked me, is this going to have bourbon in it? I don't think a Scottish wee heavy is supposed to have bourbon in it, but probably supposed to have whiskey. So don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm going to throw some bourbon in there just to humor her, because you got a happy wife, happy life. So yeah, so there's that. And then what else? So I got the Blacktoberfest will be coming up in October. I'm still good there. I don't have to brew anything probably until beginning of September for that, because I use the 3-week lager method, and I'll be good. Other than that, I think I just talked myself out of let's have another sip, shall we? So, I'm home alone this week with my son. I think we do this once a year. The women leave us. My daughter's in camp right now, so she's off having fun in West Virginia, riding horses and archery and all that stuff. My son and me are kind of getting through the day. It's rough, man. You just don't know. I mean, you don't know how rough it is. We're fending for ourselves. We're doing our own laundry. Trying to get that dude out of bed before noon, I'm finding is a hell of a task. I'm also trying to get my son energized to want to go out and look for a job, because he just turned 16, and it's that time. So there's that. And we've been cooking home. I think we went to this new crab place. I'll show some pictures here. But this crab place opened up pretty close to our house, just a handful of minutes away, and which is really cool, because normally I would have to go to Maryland if I wanted to go find some crabs, like the blue crabs and all that. But this place opened up, so I told him, I said, we're gonna try to keep you in business, because I don't want you to shut down. I don't want to have to drive all the way to Maryland to go get crabs. So we're gonna start frequenting those guys a lot. So we did that, and then I've been cooking. We cooked tomato pie the next day out from tomatoes from the garden, and then we've been cooking home chef every day since then. So we're ready for mom to come back, and we're ready for my daughter to come back. I mean, we're got the dogs groomed today. I've just been on a roll. Work is busy right now. It's an interesting time. So I'm a little bit tired. I look a little peaked. So that said, I think that's about all that I wanted to say today. And given that, and if you haven't signed up for SJ Pour Challenge, I think you've got like a day or something. Get your ass on that website. Mike, is that Mike J? You know who you are, man. Get on that website. Don't wait to see how it tastes. Freaking sign up, and let's, enjoy the fruits of our labor. It's going to be exciting. I cannot wait to ship off these beers. I think we got to ship them off on the 24th of August. And man, getting the shipment of SJ Pour beers back is kind of like Christmas. It's like Christmas morning, or Hanukkah morning, or whatever, Ramadan morning. It's really fun getting the beers and being able to crack into them. Nikhil, looking forward to trying your beers. Nikhil and Rex Brewery. Those dudes are like, they've been doing every single SJ Pour Challenge, and I think I've usually been in the same hub with those guys, and also with Larry Lentz down in Norfolk. And I think I might have been in the southeast hub with Nate last year. I don't know where I'm going to end this year, but anyway, I'm just excited. It's going to be fun. I'm putting my best foot forward, so we'll see how it goes. Hey, man, have yourself a happy homebrew. Look how clear that damn thing is. Look at that. That is a Mike Dean beer, Dean's List beer right there. And it's good. Have yourself a happy homebrew, and have a very, very happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.